the Q they want to ban fighting next year.
Yeah, the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League be the first of these
smart.
leagues. I think it's been in the works for some time. Year after year, they keep increasing the penalty and on major penalties, major fighting majors specifically.
Right.
So adding suspensions after an accumulation of 2 or 3. I forget how it's phased out, but I think they were down to like 3 fighting majors, and you're suspended for 1 or 2 or 3 games. So it's been phasing its way out for some time, but to make a bold statement like that where fighting is no longer part of the game is...
Our good buddy Tomer said, let's just take their pads off and let them play shinny. No contact at all. Like, you don't have the 70s anymore. It's not even like that.
No.
But sometimes a guy's got to protect a teammate. They police it themselves. We've talked about this till we're blue in the face. We all get on hockeyfights.com. We're always looking at it's part of the game, man.
Yeah.
It's part of the game. But,
well, I mean, I fully agree, obviously. And there's obviously a big difference between playing the game hard, engaging physically, and then fighting. We've seen the decline in fighting in the last 5-10 years. I mean, every year it goes down and down and down. So, but, that being said, is if you remove that accountability and that piece out of junior hockey, and then they turn pro and still there, like now these guys are learning having to learn how to defend themselves at the pro level. It's not quite so easy to adopt, but they're always thinking about it as a safety precaution and the safety of the players, which I'm all for.
Right.
However, I don't fully buy in and subscribe to the idea that removing fighting protects players more. I think there's more cheap shots. The
100%.
game, the speed of the game. I think there's lack of respect that occurs. You got grown men, that are strong and passionate and competitive. They're fighting for this rubber biscuit. Things get out of hand sometimes. Shoulder gets up, an elbow gets up, stick gets up, and it's like, well, there we are sitting around twiddling our thumbs.
Forget that this is a competitive, physical
game.
Very,
very competitive.
Like,
yep.
I'm not saying I want to see some kid drop his gloves and get knocked out and get hurt really bad. That's not the point of it. It's just the point of the game, and it needs to be there.
Yeah, defending yourself and your teammates. So I would probably think that these other leagues, major junior leagues, Ontario Hockey League, Western Hockey League, are probably not too far behind in doing the same thing. Honestly, it's just it's a trend. They've all been trending that way.
Right.
But it's been a dying breed. It's been a dying part of the game for some time. We've seen it. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating for Broad Street bullies by any means.
No.
I mean, I would be even fine with taking out like the stage fighting, leave the spontaneous nature of some of these fights in the game, like the emotional fights, the guys that just like stand up for the teammate and themselves in a certain specific moment.
You had a lot of stage fighting.
No, I did. 99% of my fights.
Yeah, but they were good.
Yeah,
they were all good.
A lot of fun, but I don't expect it ever to go back that way, obviously.
No,
because all these guys can play.
Yeah.
But like we're talking about, there's series of puck battles and things that happen throughout the game that that cross the line sometimes, and all of a sudden, if you're just always putting everything into the ref's hands as far as managing the game, it doesn't always work out so well. Guys get frustrated, coaches get frustrated. Shit hits the fan, and you were seeing full on brawls, line brawls, and goalie fights, and all that stuff. How that goes. So it'll be interesting how the experiment goes.
Yeah, exactly.